Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Malarkey Hour.
Now I gotta wait for the music to finish. We should just keep it playing the whole time.
The whole time, just have this under.
Just loop it.
Loop it over.
Like that movie Looper.
Right. That way, when we're not talking, it doesn't seem like an awkward silence.
Right.
So he's not talking.
That's
like,
just every time I go to the bathroom.
Yeah. This is the commercial break. This is your host, Matt, and
I didn't know there was this much to the fucking song.
It's a lot.
Alright.
It's your host, Matt, and the other voice you hear that interrupted my introduction is my co-host, John.
What's up?
How's it going, sir? Let's just have this song the whole time. It's a 20-minute song.
Is it?
Alright, just do it. Alright. Let's not write it down. I would get annoyed after a while. Yeah, it's a new week.
Start torturing people that way.
Right.
Drown them out.
A new week. The first day of the month, John. March 1st.
It was a short month.
It was a short month last month.
28 days.
It's sort of like that. It's like the most boring like horror movie. 28 days, February.
It's a movie about Sandra Bullock trying to get clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of those two. I want to see that Chappie movie.
You know, I saw the trailer for it today. When I went to the movies today, and they showed it. I don't know. I'm not that psyched about it for whatever reason.
I won't die if I don't see it, but I want to see it.
You want to see it? I don't know.
I don't have a medical condition where I need it.
He goes to the doctor quick. So somebody get this man some Chappie.
I was watching, what's that other one? It's like a kid's movie with Hugh Jackman and they're fighting robots.
Hugh Jack. Oh yeah. Is it Real Steel or
Something Steel?
No,
Right?
Something Steel. Yeah.
Yeah. Just looking at this other one, I was like, they just took it and made it violent. Still Hugh Jackman with robots.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman with
the robots look the same.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman with a really ugly.
Looks like that Fox football robot.
Well, you know, I hear they're related. They're second cousins, like once removed from their mother's side.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
yeah, it makes total sense. So, all right, let's get this month.
See you next week.
Let's get this month started.
I think I said, let's get this motherfucker started.
I turned to Sam Jackson all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's March. It is it's supposed to be the end of spring, but we're still getting not the end of spring, sort of the beginning of the spring, the next few weeks, but we're still getting hit by snowstorms all around the country. It was cold this weekend here.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
We're in Texas.
Texas. It's supposed to be hot. So, all right. So let's get it started. Let's get started with sports. Let's talk about the only sport that's really going on right now: basketball, the NBA. Golf. Hey, when is the Masters? It's coming up
next month. Well, I think it's April.
April. Okay.
I think.
So football's over. It's been over for a month. Baseball, spring training started already, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
We got the NBA. Let's talk about the NBA. We have about 24, 23 games left in the NBA season for most teams. Coming up to the playoffs in about a month, or about 6 weeks probably.
Season went by kind of fast.
And it did, yeah. It seems like it's going by pretty quickly. Let's look at the standings just to get a perspective of where everybody is. In the East, obviously the Atlanta Hawks are running away with the East. They're 47-12. They are 10 games ahead of the second place team, the Toronto Raptors, who are at 37-22.
They've ensured home court
throughout the Eastern.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Unless they all die, there's no way. Atlanta's got home court in the East.
Yeah. So
it's safe to say there's only Cleveland and Atlanta in the East.
it seems like Chicago they lost Derrick Rose for 4 to 6 weeks. Did I see? I think I saw like on earlier that Butler got hurt.
Toronto's just gone something.
Toronto's just playing bad.
And they're in second place.
But yeah, didn't Butler get hurt recently? Like I saw something earlier today about him getting
I don't know. I didn't
hurt.
watch any games today.
We got Cleveland who has still. I think Kyrie Irving's still out, but they're still playing decent. I mean, they lost the last 2 games, but they're in the East. They're going to be fine. Washington's hanging in there at the 5th.
I'm not going to count Chicago out yet
Because Derrick Rose is still going to come back.
They can make a run.
Yeah, I think it does help that he's more likely going to come back this season before the playoffs start. So
hope he does it. I said 4 to 6 weeks, and you said it's
about 6 weeks. Yeah,
got 6 weeks left.
Yeah,
you want him to come back before. You don't want him to come back in game 1 of the playoffs.
Yeah. We got
the East is boring.
Yeah, especially the bottom. The bottom team. You got number 5 Washington, number 6 Milwaukee, number 7 Miami, and number 8 Indiana is in the playoffs right now.
They can maybe win a round.
Well, because if Paul George comes back before the playoffs and gets sort of a rhythm, yeah, they could be an interesting team in the East.
Still got that defense.
They're still one of the top defenses in the NBA. But I think we both agree that it's Cleveland coming out of the East.
If I had to put money, yeah.
And which you are.
Which I probably will.
If you're a betting man, which you are.
Let's check the hockey games tonight.
John and his hockey totals. Let's go to the West. Sitting at number 1, pretty much all season long, Golden State.
I think they'll hang on.
46. Yeah, they're probably going to hang on. And Memphis is probably going to stay at number 2. So that's pretty much, I think, the 1 and 2 are pretty much safe. But Houston's right there, nipping at Memphis'
I think
heels.
4 through 7 are probably the most interesting.
And I think that's going to change a lot in the next 4 weeks.
Got 19 losses, 21, 22, and 23. Portland, LA, Dallas, and San Antonio.
And San Antonio, who's everybody's picking to not make the playoffs.
Not necessarily to not make the playoffs.
That's a lot of people were saying.
A lot of people were saying first round knockoff.
A lot of people were saying Tony Parker's the worst point guard in the league.
I don't think a lot of people were saying.
I think one person.
One person said it on ESPN.
Yeah. So.
Road record 16-16 last year. They had the best road record in the NBA
by I think like 8 games at least.
Yeah, it was up there.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the West? It's pretty much wide open, right? Wouldn't you agree?
I think home court is a little bit more important than depending on the matchups.
Yes,
but I don't want to say it's like baseball this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think home court's a little bit important depending on who plays who. I think it's going to come down to matchups in home court.
Yes, I agree.
So
I think
if we finish today, we'd have Golden State playing Oklahoma,
Memphis playing San Antonio,
which we all agree. I think Oklahoma City can beat any one of these other 7 teams.
Yeah, they have potential. I think Golden State has to hope that New Orleans pulls it together and takes over that 8 spot. Because Phoenix is done. they're not trying to make the playoffs. It's weird. They just traded the whole team. It seems like they're sort of conceding the playoff spot.
Well, I mean, their record will say that, but I mean, the way they've been playing will say that.
Yeah.
But they're really only 2 games out of.
Yeah, but it's tough when you trade away a lot of your best assets. I don't know what they're doing. That was weird during that.
Maybe they're getting ready for next year. I don't know.
Yeah. So Oklahoma City is going to be a tough first round matchup for Golden State. By the time the playoffs come, you're thinking Durant and Westbrook are going to be healthy. If Westbrook can heal that hole in his face. Did you see that the other day?
Yes, I watched the game.
That injury.
Yeah, I watched the 4th quarter.
Crazy hole in his cheek.
Yeah. That guy is probably the most athletic point guard.
Mm-hmm.
It takes about 95 shots a game.
By far. Let me see, what other matchup? You would have Memphis playing San Antonio.
I think San Antonio can take
it. It would just be tough because they don't have home court, but San Antonio matches really well with Memphis.
Yeah, they seem to, over the last couple of years, be able to shut them down.
Yeah, and you got Houston would be facing Dallas. That would be a fun series. I think these other two series would be really fun.
That would be a good series.
And then you had Portland hosting the Clippers.
I think
that would be a fun one too.
Yeah, that's hard. I think I would probably give it to the Clippers, and
if Blake comes back and he's healthy, and
because they're still playing all right without him.
Yeah. DeAndre Jordan is playing really good.
Those free throws, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
like 40-something% from the line.
You gotta make your free throws. Everybody, you had a couple of weeks ago where the Clippers played the Spurs and
making Shaq look good.
Coach Pop, did the heck of Jordan, and everybody was criticizing him. And you know what? I tend to agree to the side of you got to make your free throws. It's part of the game. You
can't get mad at him doing it if it's part of the rules.
Yeah. People think you should change the rules, but why? Because somebody has a weakness. It's like saying
it really didn't help, though. I think they ended up outscoring him by 1 point during that
stretch.
Yeah. But it should help in most cases if he shoots that bad.
I think a lot of people think of it as like, oh, you're trying to outscore him, but I think thinking more of it is you're trying to ruin their rhythm. So
slow the game.
Yeah,
down.
you slowed the game down.
Plus, you give your old team a chance for rest.
Yeah. So I always thought that was more of the strategy behind it. That
you don't have to think about defense for a little while.
Yeah,
you just got to think about offense.
Yeah, offense. Yeah. So yeah, I mean the West is pretty much wide open. I don't think there's a clear favorite. Even Golden State, who's been playing really well all season. The reason I'm not sold on Golden State is they rely a lot. They're scoring a lot on making threes, and it's not wide open threes. It's dribble.
I know, but
off the dribble, and I know they make them,
but it's working.
Yeah, but
but
you seen it every year. Playoff time starts, and those shots they get a little tighter. It gets a little harder to make the shots that you make in the regular season. Your percentages go down once you go into playoffs for most teams. And Golden State, you forget they're still young, so.
Yeah, but it's not like they haven't been playoff tested.
Yeah, and they have. I know. I'm not saying they're going to be a tough team, but I'm not totally sold on them. They do remind me of the Suns in the mid 2000s, where great regular season team, but they couldn't do it in the playoffs.
Try to win by outscoring you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean by
I mean that's usually how it works.
Yeah, by running around a lot.
Yeah. So. I don't know. I still think it's pretty much wide open. I still think the scariest team, if you're going to call them and they're healthy, is the Thunder. Just because they have two of the top 5 best players in the NBA.
Go New Orleans.
Yes, go New Orleans.
I think everybody should let New Orleans win.
They're joking about that when Phoenix was number 8. They're saying, I wonder if a lot of teams are just going to let the Phoenix win when they face them.
I heard Bill Simmons say that. He was saying, it's not really tanking.
Yeah.
Just get Oklahoma out of there.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see if Durant and Westbrook are healthy. The only thing I would worry about is Durant's foot. It doesn't seem like it's staying healthy. Like he's been having problems with it all year long. So,
yeah, it could be a career thing.
Yeah. And I've heard like that particular foot injury, it lingers. It doesn't go away.
It's like a Derrick Rose knee.
Yeah, historically. So we'll see, because he's been pretty much healthy his whole career. So we'll see how that affects him.
It's crazy. I think they could get rid of Durant and still be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That's what's so scary about him.
Yeah.
I think they could make a playoff run without Durant.
Yeah, they're scary too. They're young. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. We're coming around the bend. About 6 more weeks and NBA playoffs start, and that's my favorite part of the NBA season is the start of the playoffs.
Duh. The part that actually
Matters.
matters.
Yeah. For me, it's always been.
My favorite game is the Super Bowl.
But for me, like the NBA does have the best playoffs out of any sport. It's better than baseball. It's better than the hockey. It's even better than the NFL's playoff, other than the Super Bowl.
Like we said before, it's the only sport where the best
team wins. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Because when you play football, I mean, a couple of interceptions can ruin your season.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball, one bad pitching night can ruin your season.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's say it goes to 7 games. You usually make a halftime adjustment. That's 14 adjustments.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have 14 adjustments. Well, actually, it's 13 adjustments.
Mm-hmm. No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So you got 13 times to try to figure the other team out.
Yeah. So,
yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't think there's no big stories going on in the NBA. No scandalous stuff.
Other than LeBron, what I forgot what word did they use? He got chippy tonight. Chippy with who they're playing.
He
Houston.
missed all his free throws.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to make your free throws
So
chippy. Have you ever tried to make your free throws chippy, John? Try making some chippy free throws. It's hard. It's not that
I
easy.
can't make my regular free throws.
Much less chippy.
The Warriors are down by 26 tonight, and they came back and won.
Yeah, I'm seeing it right there.
Assholes.
Sure.
Nobody's catching them anyway.
Nah, nobody's catching. All right, so moving on from sports. Let's.
What about that Ronda Rousey?
Yes, you want to talk about that briefly? She won in 14 seconds.
Watch it, but I just saw it this morning.
Last night, she beat.
If I paid for that pay-per-view
I would be pissed.
Yeah, I'd be annoyed.
Yeah. She submitted. I forgot the other girl's name in 14 seconds. It was the fastest submission I think in UFC history.
Do you think if we both tried to fight her, we could win?
Okay. I would fight dirty though.
Matt just admitted he'd hit a woman.
Not just hit her, but cheat.
Mine was hypothetical.
Cheat at it. Cheat at it.
I was just joking.
Man's got to do it.
Domestic violence is very serious. And do not condone it.
All right, moving on. Let's talk about. I said at the beginning of the show that it's a new month. And with the new month, John, comes new holidays. So let's review the month of March, and let's go over some special days that fall.
What the hell's in March?
In March, okay. So we have March 1st, today, Sunday. Today is Saint David's Day, John. Do you know what Saint David's Day consists of?
I'm assuming it has something to do with Saint David, and it's Catholic-ish.
Yes. So many Americans of Welsh origin annually celebrate the life of Wales patron Saint David on March 1st. So if you're Welsh, this is a very important day for you. So what do people do? So if you're Welsh,
something churchy.
yeah. So some people they attend a special Saint David's Day church service, while others they might cook a nice meal to share with families and friends. So it's a nice day. You get to share food with family and friends.
Keep going.
You don't like St. David's Day? Okay, so
That's something you do on every holiday.
if you happen to live in the state of Texas, tomorrow is Texas Independence Day, John.
Okay.
And Texas is a very important state.
Could go visit the Alamo if you're ever in the San Antonio area.
Yes.
And you want to be gravely disappointed.
Texas Independence Day is an annual legal holiday in Texas. Legal, John. Legal. It also marks Texas Flying Day and Sam Houston Day.
But everybody has to go to work.
Everybody has to go to work. Yeah. It's still everything's still open. But the day is celebrated by festivals.
It's funny. You think that'd be a more important holiday for Texas?
You would think, but apparently it isn't.
For people here in South Texas, a lot of them get off for a parade.
Yes.
Called the Battle of the Flowers Parade.
You literally battle each other with flowers.
They literally give people that day off, but not Independence Day for the state of Texas.
All right. Let's look at another one. Ooh, tomorrow's also Read Across America Day, where you read across America.
I listen to a lot of books.
I guess that counts. Tuesday, March 3rd, is in Vermont. It is Town Meeting Day in Vermont. It's a state holiday.
I'd like to talk about how our state is still too small.
It's a special event. It's when residents meet in about 40 towns across Vermont. And to discuss business of their town and any issues open to debate, John. So this is a very special day.
Holidays are making me thirsty.
On March 5th,
You're really gonna go to the last one of the month?
What's that?
You're really going to the end of the month?
No, I'm skipping some. Purim, John. It's a Jewish holiday.
Okay.
And that's all I'm gonna say about it. Okay, so we have.
Isn't St. Patrick's Day?
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna get to some big ones.
That's the only one I know.
But before St. Patrick's Day, we have March 8th. John, do you know what March 8th is this year?
No, it's probably something important that I don't remember.
It's daylight savings time starts on March 8th this year.
Lose an hour?
Let's say spring forward. Yeah, we lose an hour. Yeah,
sucks.
So on March 8th at 2:00 in the morning, we are gonna go automatically to 3 a.m.
It is the only proof that time travel exists.
It does exist. And this year, it's March 8th started and November 1st ends it. So,
Right.
So the easy way to remember is spring forward and then fall back.
Some states don't do it, right?
Arizona's the only state that doesn't do it. Correct.
Yeah, my cousin lives in Arizona, and he told me that.
They're constantly late to stuff.
Call him up. I'm talking to you from the future.
Scare the shit out of them.
3 o'clock in the morning. Intoxicated.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks about when it starts, if you're at if you like to.
What's funny? Sorry.
Go ahead.
I still don't know why they do it.
I forgot. I've ever read about it years ago, and I forgot why.
Why Arizona's the smart one? Be like, that's stupid. Even though every other law they pass is batshit crazy.
Yeah, they're pretty crazy. No, nobody knows what they did. Okay.
Maybe they're crazy for not doing it.
Exactly. Okay. So March 17th, you mentioned it. St. Patrick's Day. It is the day where everybody's Irish and everybody gets drunk.
So if you're Irish, it's just another day.
It's just another day. And yeah, it marks. There's a lot of street parades around the country in places like Savannah, Chicago, Boston, Houston, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Denver, Detroit, Toronto, New York, New Orleans, Seattle. Those cities have some of the bigger St. Patrick's parades in the country. It's not a federal holiday. You would think it would have been a federal holiday, but it isn't. So most places are open.
They're not all Irish.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
They don't give Cinco de Mayo off.
No, they don't. Do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day, Joe?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Some of these bars have their green beer.
So this year's on a Tuesday, so it's going to be a lot of call-ins on Wednesday this year.
Yeah. What city do you think does it the hardest? Boston?
Boston, probably.
I was going to say
Boston, yeah, because they have there's a huge Irish population.
A lot of people arrested for, I don't know, fights, I guess.
But that's just any other Tuesday in Boston, really. So I apologize to our Boston listeners. That was just a joke. And we love the city of Boston.
Yeah. We don't want to lose our 4 listeners in Boston.
Yeah. Let's see. You know what? March 17th is not only St. Patrick's Day, John. It is Evacuation Day in Massachusetts.
Is that when they finally realize they live in Massachusetts and it sucks and they want to get the hell out of there?
Yes, it's celebrated. It's celebrated in Suffolk County, which includes Boston. It's a county in Massachusetts. It is celebrated every year on St. Patrick's Day. It celebrates the day when British troops evacuated Boston during the American Revolutionary War. So,
I guess
it just happens to coincide.
That makes more sense than some of the other ones.
Oh, and you know what? In this year, Palm Sunday falls on March 29th. If you're a Christian faith, it's very, very big.
Is that Catholic or is that just Christian?
It's Christian. You know, it might be it's Catholic though. Yeah, because that's when people who believe Jesus is the Savior, they're usually Catholic. Well, no, because you know what, you could believe in. You know what? It's stupid. Like if you're some people who are Catholic and Baptist and all that, it's essentially the same. It's just you believe different things about the religion.
Yeah, but there's some real Catholic stuff.
Yeah,
anything that has to do with Saint anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So Palm Sunday, many Christians in the United States remember Jesus' triumphal entry into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. They call it Palm Sunday because they welcomed them with palms. So that's why it's called Palm Sunday, when he came into town.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How badass would that be if, like, any time you went into like Walmart, John, they greeted you with palms, like all the Walmart employees.
I think I would stay away from Walmart. It'd probably get annoying after a while.
John's back. Quick, go get the palms.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. And last but not least, on March 31st, it's a state holiday. It's celebrated in California, Colorado, and Texas. It's Cesar Chavez Day. So,
one for the Latino community.
Yes, gotta give one up for the Latinos. So yeah, and that's March for you.
Well, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this.
I know it's a busy month, John. So you're gonna go from celebrating Texas independence to losing an hour, getting not even just losing an hour, and then you're getting shit faced drunk, and then you gotta evacuate Massachusetts.
Then I gotta go to Boston. Then I gotta get the hell out of Boston. For evacuation day.
And then you gotta make it to Jerusalem for Palm Sunday. Well, you'll get whipped by palms, and then last but not least.
Somewhere in there, I have to squeeze Vermont in for some reason.
Yeah, Vermont somewhere in the middle of the month. Yeah, so busy March for everybody.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, so March is gonna be a good month, John. Okay, so we're looking forward, but let's look back a little bit this past week, and we lost a very, very important man, John. Mr. Leonard Nimoy of Star Trek fame passed away this past week.
Right.
He played Spock on Star Trek. So for all you Star Trek fans, very sad week.
Are you a big Star Trek guy?
Not really.
Me neither.
Yeah. But did you hear the controversy of William Shatner, who was on Star Trek with Leonard Nimoy and is one of his closest friends? He got criticized.
Is he the prime suspect?
He is
in the death.
I don't know how he died. I think he just died of old age. He was 83. So.
This is unrelated, but then Shatner's wife drowned in a pool.
I don't know.
I'm not trying to. Like a few years back.
Did she? I don't know. It's a very.
Shatner's starting to look like a shady character.
It's very Natalie Woodish.
Just in the last few minutes, the last few seconds.
He got criticized, and he spoke out about this criticism because many people were suggesting that he wasn't making enough of an effort to attend Leonard Nimoy's Sunday funeral. Apparently, William Shatner already had a charity event that he had across the country on Saturday, and he wasn't sure if he's going to be able to make it to the funeral on Sunday.
I heard he went on Priceline and could not find a good deal, so he couldn't get over there. So what happened? He missed it?
Yeah, so a lot of people were criticizing because they're saying he wasn't making enough of an effort to get from Florida, where his charity event was taking place on Saturday night, to the memorial service in Los Angeles on Sunday. One Twitter user wrote, "I can't imagine Shatner now moving heaven and earth to get to Nimoy's funeral." And another person tweeted that she was tearing up because William Shatner can make it to Leonard Nimoy's funeral.
Probably could have made it.
Yeah. And It's interesting because the New York Daily News, their front page, referred to him with the headline "Captain Jerk."
That took all night to write.
He addressed his backlash, explaining that he was unable to find a flight to LAX that could accommodate his schedule. So,
You think with all those Priceline connections, right?
he doesn't get even a discount. So, but he pointed out that
I will not fly coach.
but he pointed out that his $2 would be attending the funeral, so he was being represented by his daughters there. So,
They wouldn't accept the name your price, or what is it? Like,
I think that's what it is.
yeah, I've done it before. You put in a bid on a hotel, and then like in a few minutes, it tells you whether it accepts it.
Yeah.
But you don't get to pick the hotel.
You don't, right? Yeah, that's
you
the whole.
to pick the area of the city.
That's the catch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never used it, but yeah, I've heard.
But you tell them how many stars you want. Like, yeah, if you put 1 star, you'll get it. But I wouldn't recommend it. So you always start low and then get rejected. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, really?
I've done it before. Yeah. Then you go a little higher and then a little higher until you get one where they finally take it.
Oh, okay.
Don't start high. You know what I mean. You can probably be high and do it. I'm saying don't put a high number in there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. So, tips for everybody out there.
You should not drink and bake.
Okay. So that happened. And Leonard Nimoy, he will be missed.
Yeah.
But
I could see it's kind of the face of Star Trek.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I know some people that love it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't my thing. I love Star Wars. to a degree.
Yeah. And William Shatner wasn't the only celebrity this week to be sort of slammed on social media. John, did you hear what Michelle Rodriguez said on, I think it was either Twitter or Facebook?
No.
I will tell you. That's what I'm here for. She said
I've been
that
on ESPN.com this whole time.
She said, essentially she was saying on her Facebook page, she had said that she wishes people would stop trying to steal white people's superheroes. And that's the reason that she has never done a superhero movie, because she doesn't want to steal white people's superheroes. And people got
That's odd.
yeah. And she says that minorities shouldn't play them. She said, I said that people should stop trying to steal white people's superheroes.
That's why
She posted a video trying to explain herself.
I was kind of against Puerto Rican Superman when they were trying to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me play.
Nothing against Puerto Ricans. It just, I don't know. It seemed a little.
She
odd.
posted a video on her Facebook trying to explain herself. I'll play a little bit of it.
It's mostly because Superman would be too short.
Hey guys, I want to clarify about
This
my
is Michelle
comment
Rodriguez
yesterday.
trying to explain herself.
I stuck my foot in my mouth once again, and I said that people should stop trying to steal white people's superheroes. And I guess it got taken out of context because a lot of people got offended or whatever. But like,
I don't see how
I
white
have a
people would get
tendency
offended.
to speak without a filter. Sorry about that. What I really meant was that
Puerto Ricans shouldn't try to
ultimately, at the end of the day, there's a language, and the language that you speak in Hollywood is
English.
Successful franchise, and I think that there are many cultures in Hollywood that are not white that can come up with their own mythology. And, I mean, we all get it from the same reservoir of life, the fountain of life. And it doesn't matter what culture you come from. I'm just saying that instead of trying to turn a girl character into a guy, or instead of trying to turn a white character into a black character or Latin character, I think that people should stop being lazy, and and that
like
people
those
should
Puerto
actually make an
Ricans.
effort
That's
in
what she had to say,
Hollywood
John.
to
I don't
develop
think she's
their own
apologizing at
mythology.
all.
I
And
made
you know
one
what?
comment. You're
If
taking
being
it too
American
far.
is your mythology, and the American culture is deep embedded into who you are and what makes you, or the archetype that you're trying to portray in a Hollywood feature or in a comic book, so be that. But I'm just saying that the different cultures from around the world that are in Hollywood, Latin, Black, Asian, so on and so forth, considered minorities because there aren't a lot of writers representing them. They should start
They should stick
focusing
to
on
gangster
making that,
movies and kung fu
Right.
serious priority. It's not about taking, Catwoman or Superman or Green Lantern or, whatever these characters are and trying to make them fit to whatever, cultural background you are. It's I just feel like it should be more creative than that. And I think that people need to stop being lazy. And that's what I meant by my comment. And I'm taking it to heart as well, and I'm considering this while I am out there coming up with projects to do and things to write. So I just think that that it's time to stop trying to take what's already there and try to fit a culture into it. I think that it's time for us to write our own mythology and our own story, every culture. So that's what I really meant, and I'm sorry if it came off, rude or stupid. It's not what I meant.
I don't think she helped herself.
You'd always laugh at the thing that I always got when celebrities say this, like she's working on her own, like she's working on projects. Like, what projects are you working on? Like, really, like what projects?
She probably got turned down for a superhero role, and now she's just
trying to justify it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why she said it in the first place. Like, it's a stupid comment, and even
Actually,
people got
all she
offended.
did was take her comment and make it longer. It actually sounds like she meant exactly what.
Yeah.
This is what I meant.
Yeah, so
When I said no Puerto Ricans. I meant Puerto Ricans shouldn't be in things.
right.
No, that's not. That doesn't. You should just leave your tweet alone. Hopefully it goes away.
Exactly. What do you think, John? Do you
get out of Puerto Ricans?
do you think Puerto Ricans should be able to play Superman and Aquaman? do you think, like, this is debate. Like, I remember a few years back when before Daniel Craig got hired to be James Bond. One of the things, like, well,
they were gonna use
what's his name? That black actor. He's English from The Wire. I forget it. Idris Elba.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why not? Like,
I heard they're still gonna do it.
yeah, that he's gonna replace Daniel Craig. I'm like, why not? Like, I mean, who says that James Bond has to be white? And, I think Rush Limbaugh, he threw a fit. He's like, well, he's, the character's like Scottish or whatever, or Irish. I forget what the nationality. And he doesn't realize, like, he's been played by an Irish guy, by a Scottish guy, by an Englishman. So the nationality doesn't really matter. So,
Right.
I mean, who cares? Like, it's not like it's Martin Luther King. It's not like it's like a real life person. So
Thanks, Obama.
so I never got in like
for ruining James Bond.
I don't get why she. I don't know. It's weird. Like, but you hear that, like, oh, this superhero or whatever. Like they're real fucking people. Like, they're not real people. Yeah.
Wait, they're not?
Like, Superman was created by two Jewish guys. So, yeah. I don't know. It's
like just like Hollywood was.
Yeah. So I don't think it really matters what nationality he plays in a movie.
I think it's all about money.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of. I mean, I don't really care, but people be turned off by some of it.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
it's about money.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Like everything is.
I don't really watch superhero movies. So.
Yeah, I mean, the last one I was really into was the Batman trilogy.
Yeah,
Christopher Nolan stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. Iron Man, I guess. Those are okay. The third one was pretty good.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm not too excited about the new Avengers, even though it has Iron Man in it.
It's not enough for your taste.
It's not enough. Robert Downey Jr. in it for me.
All right.
To play the smartest a-hole in the room again.
That's all right. Get paid a lot of money. Okay, so moving on from this controversy that Michelle Rodriguez found herself into, let's talk about something that's really important, John. let's talk about Sex Box.
Okay.
Okay, so I hadn't heard about it until literally like 10 minutes before we started. You mentioned it. It's a new reality show called Sex Box
I
that
was
premiered.
just kind of laughing at it.
That's John's favorite new show. Apparently, it airs on WeTV. That's Women's Entertainment TV.
Where all my favorite shows are.
Apparently, it's
TV marathon.
it's a reboot of a British series where a couples having relationship problems are dressed in silky pajamas and led into a box on the studio stage where they supposedly have sex.
Right.
The audience doesn't see or hear anything, but when the couple emerges, they then discuss their issues with the program's 3 relationship experts. So essentially, they go into this box, hypothetically have sex. We don't know if they do or do not, and then they come out. I guess relaxed from all the sex,
Yeah.
and they talk about the relationship.
Dr. Phil's in there with a clipboard, watching,
Observing.
Yeah. And no, it is not my favorite new show. In fact, I actually feel like an old person right now. I think it's crap TV that shouldn't be on the air.
Apparently,
I feel like an old angry man. I would not let my kids watch that.
apparently, some experts say that the point of sex in a box is that intercourse releases oxytocin. I don't know how you pronounce it. Oxytocin?
Oxytocin.
Yeah, tocin. There you go. A hormone active in the brain. And they say that when you release this, it facilitates honest, open communication between the couples and the experts. So,
Just give them booze.
that's the same thing, isn't it? Yeah.
They're gonna get in this box. They're gonna get a little drunk, and they're gonna come out. I think that'd be more appropriate television. Jeez. They don't have to get in the box.
I think you just sit there and get drunk. Yeah. So a lot of people are against it. A lot of people say it's trash TV, like John just said.
It is.
They think it's inappropriate. They're like,
It makes Jerry Springer show look appropriate.
and a lot of people are screaming, won't they think of the children, John? What about the children?
I think it stoops to a new low. Honestly, it's bad.
John's officially an old man.
It is.
Me, the hip young host on this show.
I literally do need a hip. So we're still trying to figure that part out.
So yeah. So I never heard of it until I guess it just premiered this past Friday. So
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. I didn't watch it.
I thought it was a very new show.
Well, no, it's on my DVR. No, I didn't watch it. I just kept hearing people like rant about it.
Right about it. Yeah.
And they were trying to explain it, and I was like, "That is kind of bad."
Yeah. Interesting.
I wouldn't want to like shake their hand when they got out of there.
Well, like I said, you don't know if they have sex or
It's
not.
a bad job, right? You're trying to work in the entertainment industry or something, and you're like, you start as the guy that has to clean up the sex box, trying to work your way up. Got to start somewhere.
Right? Who's gonna clean the sheets?
Sex box cleanup.
Yeah, that is odd. That's on for the couple. Like, do you think you can do it? Like, have sex in this box in the studio audience, even though they can't see or hear you? Like,
Still weird. I don't want my face on TV after that.
I think that's a guy. You would always, as a guy, because our insecurities, would be like, let's just stay here for another like 5 to 10 minutes after we're done, just to make it seem good.
Right.
Oh shit, they've been in there for 4 hours. You must be really giving it to her.
Right.
Meanwhile, you're just sitting there playing cards.
All right. She's on her phone and you're asleep.
Right.
It sounds like she's playing Angry Birds.
So that is the new. That's the new show hitting your TV waves.
Wave of the future.
The wave of the future. Okay, moving on. Let's start wrapping it up. But before we wrap it up for this week, let's play a little game that we haven't played in a while, John. It is the favorite segment. We haven't done it in a while, so I hope you've been practicing. You've kept your muscles, your guessing muscles active. We're gonna play the weekend box office results game, where John tries to guess the top 5 movies of the weekend. I will give him the top 5 movies in alphabetical order, and John will try to put them in order from how much money they made this past weekend. So I will give them to him.
Somebody misfired something.
In
What could be
alphabetical
easier?
order.
It's all alphabetical. You just put it in the right file according to alphabetical order. You know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I.
Let's go.
Alrighty, let's do this. Okay, John. New weekend. We haven't done this a couple weeks, so you don't have any notes from the past weekend.
I don't know where any of them are.
Okay, so we
Trash can somewhere.
we had 2 new movies come out this weekend. We had The Lazarus Effect, and we had Focus, the new Will Smith con man movie. Those are the 2 new movies, and coincidentally, they were both in the top 5 this weekend. All right, so let me give it to you in alphabetical order. We had let's see. We had 50 Shades of Grey, still in the top 5 after 3 weeks out. We had Focus. We had Kingsman: The Secret Service. The Lazarus Effect, like I said, and the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water.
And Lazarus was in the top 5.
Lazarus Effect was in the top 5.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
So, John, which movie?
Tell me what came out this weekend.
So the new, like I said, the new ones were Lazarus Effect and Focus.
Oh, that should be easy. I want to say Focus here.
So you're saying Focus is the number 1, and you will be correct. How much you think it made? First week out.
I can't imagine it's anything insane, but I do want to see it because there's not much else out right now.
You don't want to watch 50 Shades of Grey?
That was, how long has that been? Since 2 weeks?
What, 50 Shades of Grey? It's been 3 weeks, huh?
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how much do you think Focus made?
Less than 30. $24.
It made 19,100,000. All right, number 2. Moving on.
Okay. 50 Shades. Kingsman was last week, right?
Kingsman's been out 3 weeks, 50 Shades 3 weeks, and SpongeBob's been out 4 weeks. And Lazarus Effect, like I said, new.
I'm torn between Kingsman and SpongeBob right now. Just because SpongeBob is pretty popular. And these kids' movies make a lot of money.
They do.
Kingsman's newer. It's rated R, right?
It is rated R. R.
But SpongeBob, you get the kids and the adults together. And it's my thinking noise. Okay.
So you're torn between Kingsman and SpongeBob?
Yeah, unless I kind of thought about 50 Shades, but it seems like it was out another week than I thought.
Yeah.
And I think it probably got most of its audience on Valentine's Day time.
Yeah, it seems like it.
SpongeBob, you still got the kids. Somebody think of the children.
Somebody. Why won't they think of the children of all these sex boxes and 50 Shades?
Right.
Nobody thinks of the children.
Sponge sex. Sex sponge.
Sex sponge.
Kingsman,
you're correct.
Did I get it?
You got it correct. Okay, so how much do you think it made? Number 2. And it was number 2 last week as well.
It's usually a big drop. Let's see. 13 million.
It made 11,750,000. Okay, so number 3.
Okay, let's do SpongeBob.
You're correct. How much do you think it made?
Usually here they're pretty tight after this. So let's say 10.1.
It made 11,200,000. So you know what? You're right. Kingsman and SpongeBob separated by only $550,000. Okay. And SpongeBob was number 3 last year, so it stayed in the same. What's number 4? You have the Lazarus Effect, and you got 50 Shades.
Just because it's the first week, Lazarus.
No. 50 Shades of Grey. It was number 1 last week, and it dropped all the way to number 4. How much do you think it made?
Let's see, 10.4.
It made 10.927. 50% drop from last week. Last week it was number 1. It has made $147,764,000 on a $40 million budget in 3 weeks. So a pretty good haul.
Flipped a coin on that one.
And number 5 was The Lazarus Effect. How much do you think that made?
10.1.
10.6. So yeah, they're pretty much close to the 2 to 5.
You can't dock me on that last one. They were $300,000 apart.
Yeah, 327,000. Yeah. Yeah. And so first week out, Lazarus, number 5. Just to round out the top 10, McFarlane USA, and number 6, American Sniper, still staying strong in its 10th week out. Number 7, with 7.7 million, it has made $331 million so far. Number 8 was The Duff. Number 9, the Oscar-winning movie Still Alice, starring
Really?
Julianne Moore. 7th week out.
The Oscars helps these movies.
Yeah, it made $2,695,000. It has made $11 million so far. And speaking,
can I give an in-depth review on Still Alice?
Yeah, and speaking of
Wait, I want to give my in-depth review.
Okay.
It sucks.
And speaking of Oscars helping movies stay in the top 10, number 10, Hot Tub Time Machine 2 in a second week out made $2,400,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
I saw it yesterday.
it hasn't done well in its 2 weeks out. It has made $10 million.
That's all it's made this week.
Yeah. So last week it was at number 7 and premiered at number 7, and this week's at number 10.
Wow.
So it's made $10,268,000.
Surprised. Figured it would have.
No John Cusack. Nobody wants to see it.
Makes a difference, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. People wonder, like, where the fuck's John Cusack? Why isn't he in this movie? He needs the money.
Yeah, they come up with some crappy backstory about why he's not there.
Oh, he's not there.
Yeah. It's not. It's not good. It made me laugh a couple times, but.
Well, I saw the number 1 movie this weekend, and it's better than what Will Smith has been putting on the last few years, I gotta say.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good con man movie.
Yeah.
You find out that Will Smith's been dead the whole time. That's the big con.
Right.
He's been conning everybody.
He was a ghost the entire movie.
Yeah, he made everybody believe that he was alive.
Only the little boy could see him.
Yes. So yeah, those are your movies. Let's look ahead a little bit, and see what is gonna be released in the future, John. Okay, so like I said, March is starting. So next week, March 6th, we have the movie you said you want to see the most, The Second Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. Comes out next week. No, Chappie comes out next week.
Yeah, I want to see it.
And second best.
I like Hugh Jackman robot movies.
Yes, that's that's a good genre too.
It's my second favorite genre.
Yes. You got unfinished
after angry Sam Jackson movies.
You got Unfinished Business.
Serious gourmet shit.
Nice.
Sometimes he gets mad at
Tell that bitch to be cool. Say bitch, be cool. Be cool. Say bitch, be cool. Tell that fucking bitch to chill. Be cool. Chill that fucking bitch out.
Just chill out, honey bunny.
Chill.
Just chill out, honey bunny.
All right, now tell her it's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be all right.
Promise her.
I promise.
Tell her.
Also being released next week is Unfinished Business, the Vince Vaughn comedy. Starring Vince Vaughn, Tom Wilkinson, and James Franco's little brother, Dave Franco.
That movie would be better without Vince Vaughn in it. That's one of my least favorite genres over the last few years.
Vince Vaughn comedies?
Vince Vaughn playing the same character movies. My genres are very complicated.
Let's look ahead a couple of weeks. Let's go through March. In 2 weeks, John, we have Cinderella, the live action version of Cinderella, comes out in 2 weeks, as well as the Liam Neeson being badass Run All Night.
I actually want to see that one.
where he kills what's his name's his son,
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris' son in the movie.
Yeah, that's a good combo. Liam Neeson, Ed Harris.
Well, it's one of your favorite genres, right?
Yeah, Liam Neeson, Ed Harris, son killing movies.
Son killing movies. Yeah.
It's like my 8th favorite genre.
Yeah, exactly. And in 3 weeks, the Divergent series, Insurgent, the second movie in this, I guess is sort of, I guess it is like sort of like the Hunger Games.
I hope it's better than the first one that I didn't see.
Also opening that weekend is the new Sean Penn movie, The Gunman.
I want to see that.
With Javier Bardem.
Right.
And the week after that, Get Hard, the new Will Ferrell,
Okay.
Kevin Hart movie.
It took me a second to think what that was. All right, you're like, that's just something on my hard drive here.
And then finally, the last.
That's something on my to-do list.
That's the last weekend of March. Get Hard.
Yeah, that looks funny.
Yeah. So there you go.
Anything with Will Ferrell.
There you go. And then in between, you have a bunch of small movies.
That's another genre for me. Anything with Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. We were talking about it, how it's interesting that now you need somebody like, because of this generation, Kevin Hart. Like Will Ferrell can't open a movie anymore really by himself. Like
maybe, but yeah.
Like this newer generation, like they didn't really grow up. Like anybody 25 and under really didn't grow up with Will Ferrell on SNL.
Right.
So Kevin Hart's.
I figure they'll get the Kevin Hart crowd and the Will Ferrell crowd, and then they'll go.
It's smart.
They'll go to the bank and fill their bags with money.
Refill them,
with dollar signs on them.
Yeah. That's how I would do it if I was rich. That's how I would go to the bank. So can you give me that dollar sign bag?
It's for our premier customers.
So yeah, there you go. So we had that's the month of March for movies. Right before the summer, blockbusters come out. So March is sort of the in between.
Yeah. So
I like simple pleasures like butter in my ass, lollipops in my mouth. That's just me. That's just something that I enjoy. Call me crazy.
That's John's favorite thing to do in March.
That one makes me laugh.
He's a simple man.
Yeah. Don't mind lollipops.
Butter up your ass. Butter in your ass.
I can't believe it's not butter.
No, I believe he uses real butter though. Like he doesn't skimp on the butter.
Oh my.
All right. So anything else you want to talk about, John, before we leave?
Not really. I think with all those holidays coming up, I'm gonna have to get a lot of new outfits.
You're busy, man. Hopefully you have a calendar so you can write. You don't want to double book anything.
Oh God! Tomorrow is get the hell out of Massachusetts Day. Now I look like a fool.
Because how embarrassing would it be you double book on like daylight savings time. You don't want to do that because you're gonna lose an hour. So like every minute counts on that day because you lose an hour. So.
I hate that crap.
All right, so that's about pretty much it. We will leave you for another week, but before we go, we want to leave you with a little piece of advice
from.
You should not drink and bake.
So with that, we leave you for another week. We will see you next week here, the Malarkey Hour. Have a nice day.